Days of rain lie ahead for parts of eastern New South Wales, which will have significant flood impacts for part of the state. Damaging winds, large waves, all part of the package as well. I'm Angus Hines here at the Bureau to talk you through the latest on this unfolding severe weather situation across New South Wales, which really set in overnight last night. This is the radar imagery from last night and Monday morning, and as it loops through again, we can see the rain moved up through Sydney last night, about 50 millimetres in the northern suburbs, over 100 millimetres along the central coast here, but this is where the rain is now, between Newcastle and Port Macquarie, including over Newcastle itself. And that is going to become a very key watch point, a key focus area, as heavy rain is likely to persist in this part of the state, not just for the rest of the day today, but for the next several days. Let's switch away from the radar, which is what has already happened, and we'll put on the model information, which is the forecast for what is going to happen in the coming few days. As we move through Monday into Tuesday, this band of rain between Newcastle and up to Port Macquarie is basically going to stay in place, keep feeding wet weather and strong to damaging winds onto that part of the state. The accumulations are going to get significant over the coming few days, and because of that we've issued a whole array of severe weather warnings. So let's dive into the warning detail, because this neatly highlights the key areas which are likely to be impacted. So this is how the warning looks on the statewide scale, but of course we can zoom in for a little bit more detail here. The key regions affected by the warning are the Hunter region here and the mid-north coast, but it also pushes up into some of the mountainous areas. The warning extends actually south of Newcastle, hard to see here, but along the central coast we can see that warning run down towards the likes of Gosford. Then from Newcastle it really opens up through inland parts of the mid-north coast, past Forster, Port Macquarie, Kempsey and up to Nambucca Heads. Inland as far as Scone, but not quite as far as Tamworth. In this area we will see significant rainfall in the coming days. We could see 6-hour rainfall totals of 60 to 100 millimetres, and over 24 hours some places could get 150, perhaps even 200 millimetres, not just today but tomorrow or the day after as well. This warning area also covers the risk of damaging wind gusts, especially around the east coast and up in the mountains, and we've already seen some locations gusting over 100 kilometres through Monday morning. I'm now going to play through the rain accumulations, and this once again just highlights which parts of New South Wales will be most strongly affected by this coastal trough as it dances around the coastline. I just dropped the names away so we can see things a little bit more clearly, and it really highlights the heaviest falls, well and truly in excess of 150 millimetres, probably more than 250 over the next few days. And if we look out to Thursday, we could be seeing some 300 millimetre plus totals around some of these areas in the Hunter and the mid-north coast. Once again, also note in this image, away from the heaviest rainfall, it will still be a fairly wet week for Sydney, the Illawarra, parts of the central tablelands and even up towards the northern rivers. We have got some flood warnings and flood watches which have already been issued in anticipation of the coming days of rain. Some of the rivers around the northeast of the state have started to see their levels lift already, but much of the river level rises are still to come. Widespread minor to moderate flooding is anticipated through rivers north of Newcastle and south of Coffs Harbour over the coming few days, and we're certainly not ruling out the possibility that some rivers could see major flooding if we do see days of rain on end across their catchment areas. Other wet weather impacts are expected as well. Flash flooding could lead to inundation of homes, properties, businesses, even away from those rivers and waterways. Dangerous driving conditions, closed roads, slow going out there for travel and transportation. And when we get the wind and the rain together, that's when we see trees coming down, damage to crops, potential damage to houses, and power outages could occur as well. Finally, I just wanted to look at the coastal conditions, because we're looking at another bout of really sizable waves for the New South Wales coast north of Sydney. We're up in the 6 to 8 metre range for offshore areas, perhaps 5 metres by the time it touches on the coastline, but that is really large, powerful conditions, and that has caused a damaging surf warning to be issued. It goes from Gosford in the south up to Newcastle, Seal Rocks, Port Macquarie and Coffs Harbour. We could be seeing some very powerful ocean conditions here, which could cause erosion along the coastline, but of course will also make things dangerous on and near the water for things like swimming, surfing, getting out on the boat, even fishing or walking along the foreshore could be a bit treacherous. So do take care along this stretch of ocean over the next few days. These warnings and all your forecast information will be available and up to date on the Bureau's website, and you can get your information through the BOM Weather app as well. Thanks for watching and stay safe.